We are starting the electrical today. As you can see, I got the excavator going. I got a pole right there. And I gotta get a trench all the way over to that house. So far it's going pretty good. It's faster than I thought it might, which is great. And I got this thing for 5 days, and this has been like, I don't know, an hour or two. I mean, you lose track of time when you're doing this stuff, but anyway, it's going in a pretty straight line, which I'm very happy about, because the machine is kind of like crooked off to the side because I'm avoiding all these trees over here. But I'm aiming for right like here, right next to that tiny tree in the background. I'm trying to hit that gap. So I'd say that's pretty good. So yeah, we're just gonna keep on keeping on. Okay, so we got that trench dug to about the driveway. So now I want to move on to this guy over here. So this is the stump that I want to remove, but there's also this big chunk of concrete. And this is basically when we were doing the foundation and all that stuff, they kind of just, this was the spot to wash out the truck, and when there was extra, you know, they kind of dumped it there. And you can see, like, this here, I think, is the extra from the retaining wall, because it looks more like actual concrete. And the rest of it, I think, is not, because it flattened out more. So this should be extra watery, except for this spot. And my plan is basically to get it broken up as much as I can with a sledgehammer, which may do nothing. I might have to come back and drill it or something, which means I'll have to kind of slide it out of the way somewhere. I did get one chunk to break off, and I just put it over here for now. And eventually I'll put it in a dumpster or something, you know, get it off the land. But not until cleanup phase, which is a long time from now. So let's start beating on it and see if we can get anything to come off. Okay, so we have managed to break off one section from another, which is good, because now it's a little closer to manageable. I think this one here I'm gonna bring over to the side over there. That one, I don't know what I'm gonna do with that. I don't think I can break it apart, but we'll see. And either way, this will be set aside, and it'll be for a later Jason problem. Okay, well, we've got a bunch of the trenching done, so it is now the next day. I did all this yesterday. I don't know if you can see it, there's a trench over there yesterday, and then the far one. I left this section going from here over, and then the driveway portion, I left those untrenched because I need to get sand in here. As ridiculous as this seems to me, like, I need to get sand in that. Now it's not flat, so I guess the sand can help with the flattening and smoothing of it, but like way up at the top, like, it's pretty much sand anyway, but whatever. Need to get sand in 3 inches to be under the pipe. I have the pipe, so I want to actually like put them each there and make sure there's 12 inches in the middle. Otherwise I'll have to kind of like scoop out, and there's supposed to be 3 inches of sand on each side of the pipe. So I'm a little concerned it might not be wide enough, which means I'll just I don't know what I'll do. It might just like run like a shovel along the edge, but got to do that. Okay, so looking at this, laying in the trench now, I'm seeing this is actually definitely not wide enough. So what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to widen the whole thing. Oh boy. So yeah, just gotta get the device, the excavator up there, and, you know, reach over, scoop out, and just keep working my way down. The height, though, I'm pretty sure this is a good height. I need, let me see, it's 24 from the top of the conduit. So let's say this is one of the conduits. 24 to grade, which is, that's about, it's hard to see, but it's about 24. And right now here, we're not even fully at grade yet, because I got to put topsoil on top of this. So yeah, got to make it wider. Yep. Okay, now that is much better. I made it deeper and wider, and now the pipes will fit in there no problem. It took probably most of the morning. I had lunch a few minutes ago, so I can expect similar, maybe, or maybe a little bit longer, working on those down there just because of all the roots and everything. But it would have been much easier if I had dug it the right width and depth in the first place. But I didn't realize it took up that much room. So. Okay, so I'm starting to get some of this conduit actually laid out, and I'm going to start gluing it together. And I was just looking at the, the pull tape, and I need to be able to get it through. And normally you do this with a wire snake, but I keep forgetting to get one at the store, and I don't know where mine is. So I made this contraption out of some scrap that I had left over from the foundation, and I kind of like overlaid some pieces of metal on there. They were already attached. I didn't have to do any welding, and then I just zip taped it together to make sure it stays. But there's another hook on the other end, way on the other end somewhere. There it is. So I'll just attach the end of the nylon tape to this, and then I'll just keep feeding this through. And the idea is you want to get the metal and not the tape to go past the intersection that you're welding together with the PVC cement. So I want the metal to like stick out over here so the tape doesn't get stuck. And then if anything does get stuck, I can yank as hard as I want on the steel and it should just pop through. So I'm getting that started, and yeah, let's get it. Okay, so we're getting somewhere. I got about 4 pipes per side now. Those are all schedule 40. Schedule 80 is going to start now. I'm basically using that as an indicator to say here's where the drivable surface starts. Not that people are going to be driving on this, but the whole thing is I want people to be able to get to the septic tank or the leach field or something in the event that we need to in however many years. And so that's why we're doing schedule 80 here, which is what they allow. Anyway, so I'm gonna try to complete the trench as far as I can. It's getting dark, so I'm not gonna be able to get it the whole way, but get it as far as I can so that tomorrow I can just keep continuing on. Today is day 2 of 5 with the excavator, and I called the inspector because I'm worried about that area up there by the house because it's so sandy. I'm worried about washout. So before it rains, he's gonna come on Tuesday morning to get the inspection of at least the top half and whatever else I can get done. And yeah, so then I can backfill that. So you gotta try to get as much done as possible. That is the morning of day 6. So right now we're in the evening of day 2. Gotta keep going. It's about an hour till dinner on day 3, and this is how far we are now. Almost to the, basically we're to the driveway. Those little 2 inches on this side, they're super simple to get in, so that will be fast. And then I'm gonna return back over to here to work on that trench. Well, we're at the end of day 3, and we've widened this. Now we're doing cleanup and making sure the height's good and all that. So the only part that hasn't been trenched yet is the actual driveway. End of day 4. Trench is completely dug, sand is down. We got a little bit of standing water here, which hopefully isn't an issue. I have no idea, if that's a problem for the electric company or not. But yeah, driveway, as you can see, is pretty destroyed. But that's what you got to do in order to get electricity to your house. So I managed to keep this tree so far. Got some nice, nice maple trees and whatnot here. I don't want to mess them up. I'm sure they'll struggle a little bit as a result of this, but I'm hoping they won't die. Hopefully they have nice deep roots. But yeah, there's a trench over here. So we just got to measure how much conduit we're missing. Then we'll hit the store. Oh my goodness, my hair's a mess. I gotta take a shower. And yeah, and tomorrow, day 5, which is the day that I'm supposed to have that excavator all day tomorrow. So I won't need it, but I'm not gonna tell them I don't need it until I get everything in, just in case there's something. I did use it to move, because as I was digging, there's loads of rocks around here. So I placed that one there, and I placed those there because the electrical inspector said I can use a Schedule 80 sweep and not a steel sweep if there's no way that a car can hit it. So I think these giant rocks might hopefully that'll further convince them that there's no way, even though like the pole's way off the driveway, so I don't see why. You can see, yeah, like that's a good distance. Like this is, let me see, that's where the driveway starts, so should be all good with that. We'll see. So tomorrow, continue conduit, get the actual meter box up in my house, get things attached to the pole, all that stuff. Inspection the following morning at 9 a.m. Starting to get the electrical panel ready. For some reason, they give you these things separate to put on the top. Not sure why. It's not just like a knockout or something. Maybe that wouldn't be waterproof, but yep, working on that. A little before dinner time on day 5, I got all the conduit laid, except for the very end. Gotta dig out a little bit on the for the sweep so it can go up towards the telephone pole. And it turns out I need a couple of Schedule 80 pipes. I needed a couple extra in the run, so I need another couple to basically make the riser. The part going up needs to be Schedule 80. So, had to use a bilge pump to empty out the water here and put some wood down so I could walk without sinking. But it's going well. I didn't realize I need another 10-footer, so I just got a short little span that I need there, which actually makes it easier to measure and cut and whatnot, so that's good. It is the early morning of day 6, and as you can see, I got this fully attached now to the electrical panel. Left the level up there by accident last night. I got a PVC board holding it up, and basically I created like a J-channel thing out of the PVC board for waterproofing. I'll zip tape back there so it's all waterproofed and all that, and I'll end up with these little screws. I'll paint them white and make sure they're waterproofed as well. The communication side, right now that's still not set up. I'm thinking about using one of these for it, but I'm out of time, and I want to just take some time to make sure I'm doing it right. Last night I was up super late, so inspector's going to be here in about maybe 30 minutes or so. So I'm just going to go down the other end and do some cleanup. I'll show you that as well. I got the pole, so you can see I got the pole attached to the pole. And again, the communication side, we don't have that yet. I need to get the sweep from the store. I ordered it, and I need to find basically the right riser pole, this thing going up. I need a Schedule 80 for that as well. So yeah, fingers crossed the inspection goes well and that he's okay, that the communication side's not done. I'm thinking, since I don't think that's really his jurisdiction fully. He cares about the power. So the communication needs to be 12 inches away. It's clearly 12 inches away from the power, and I think that's all he needs. So the fact that the power's done should approve us for backfill, with the caveat of, make sure that the communication is done before you do it, because it needs to be capped off, and et cetera, et cetera. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll find out in about a half hour, an hour. Got the communication pipe up, and I'm gonna leave that in there as a spreader. And I got one nut that I need to put in, but I need to go to the store to get a washer. So we passed inspection. Yeah, basically his only comment was that we need a bigger, more powerful pole rope. So I'm off to the store to go get that. The communication line at the other end near the house. So that actually, I'm gonna leave it like that. I'm gonna put a little cap on top of it because apparently the internet company likes to put something on the outside of the house, so then they don't need the conduit to run right to it because it's all shielded cable and whatnot, whatever it is that they're putting in. I don't even know if it's fiber optic or metal or what it is. But yeah, so it's done, and now we can backfill, and I won't bother you I won't bother boring you with that. Just filling in a hole. We're gonna put sand down first, and then, you know, a few inches over the top of the pipe. I did ask the guy. He said I don't need to start from an end. I can just do it from wherever, which is gonna make it a heck of a lot easier, because then I can use the tractor up where that intersection is with the driveway up there. And I gotta get a plate vibrator thing to, you know, after like a foot of fill, smash it down, because if I don't, then all this fluffy stuff isn't going to fit back in the hole. So that's it. That's basically it. We'll have a driveway back again within, I think, 2 days. We'll be able to drive over it. Maybe it probably will still be a mess, but we'll be able to drive on it, and hopefully we can get some actual power soon. So see you later.